And then I'll start by sharing my presentation.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, hi everyone. Welcome to our yoga and tarot workshop that's hosted by Brandi and Carissa. I'm Ketsia, and this is an offering that's taking place in Wild Heart Haven, which is our awesome online community. And I will turn it over to Carissa.
Thanks, Ketsia. Yeah, this is really exciting. My name's Carissa. I'm the owner of Mystic Botanist, where I sell boutique items focused on bringing plant healing energy to your life. And this workshop is focused on tarot and yoga. So I'll be helping us go through a sequence of tarot cards that we can reflect on from the major arcana. And then I'll pass it over to Brandi.
Yeah, my name is Brandi, and I have a business called Magical Mindset, where I teach self-care practices, yoga, and tarot, among other things. And today I'll be teaching a yoga lesson based on the tarot reading that Carissa does today.
Okay, so if I could just share my screen, then we can get started with the tarot reading. Let's see. You just have to enable the screen share.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see here. All right, 1 second.
Alrighty. She's gonna hit stop and then. Do you have tea this morning, Ketsia?
All right, you should be able to screen share.
Gracias.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, can you see that?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, let's get started with our tarot and yoga workshop. So we're going to start with a reflection question. So what are you hoping to get out of exploring tarot and yoga today? Take a minute to think about it, and then we'll share our intentions in 1 or 2 words. We'll try and condense it down and just embody that in 1 or 2 words. Okay. You need more time? All right. So Ketsia, what are you hoping to get out of exploring tarot and yoga together?
The 2 words that came up for me were fun and connection.
Nice. Brandi?
Yeah, one of my words was connection as well, and the other one was growth.
Beautiful. My words were like expression and empowerment. So, all right. That's really awesome. That's some really fun energies that we're bringing to the workshop. So that's really great to hear. Okay, so why combine tarot and yoga? Well, combining tarot and yoga is a great way to practice spirituality while integrating the body and the soul. So they really do just complement each other. And I think that this is going to be a really fun experience where we can embody what we're learning from tarot through our yoga poses. So what you'll need for this tarot portion, you'll need a tarot deck and a space to lay 4 cards. If you don't have that, that's okay. I will be displaying the cards on my screen, but if you'd like to connect with your own deck, then go ahead and grab your deck. And you'll need a magical item. So this is the fun part, well, an extra fun part, where you can grab a magical item, something that connects you to spirit, purifies your energy, like a candle, crystal, special journal, necklace, a time to pull out that deity statue or a sigil. So I have with me a selenite crystal. It's pretty large. I like this one because you can really hold it. And then I have a beeswax candle. What did you 2 grab?
I have a cat-shaped tiger's eye crystal
Nice.
and a candle.
Beautiful. What scent is the candle? Who's it scent with?
It smells like, I think it's baby powder. It doesn't say. I got it for a gift. And
Oh, cute.
I don't know the scent, but it kind of has a baby powder smell.
Sounds comforting.
Yeah.
What'd you
I don't know where my crystals are, but I grabbed this dish that has like lavender wands and sage on it.
Nice.
And then I have my like one of the wands that I made too.
Whoa, how cool.
I love that.
All right, we're getting magical here. This is great. Okay. And then you have your tarot decks if you're going to use your own.
Mhm.
Okay. So a little bit on tarot philosophy, and this is a deck I'll be using, the Herbal Tarot. So the purpose of tarot is to use the symbology of the cards to connect with the spirit in order to inform us about our feelings, purpose, and circumstances. It's a tool for growth and nourishment of the soul. So we're going to go through a few steps to begin the reading. So I'd like you to hold your tarot deck in your hands like you're holding an old friend. You can hold the whole deck. And put your energy of trust into your deck. Have that connection with your deck that you're trusting the messages that you're going to read from the deck, but also that the deck can trust you to listen and to have that sense of connection and even friendship or respect with what the deck has to say and the energy of the cards. Okay. Beautiful. Step 2 is to grab your special item and place it near you. Remind yourself of the purity within you. And we can say, I'll read this affirmation. You can say it out loud to yourself if you'd like, or in your head. But with these items and establishing our connection to our deck, we'd like to say that we are grateful for our connection to spirit. And we are grateful for our connection to spirit. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of thumbing and searching through your deck. So I'd like you to search through your deck and pull out the following cards: the High Priestess, the Chariot, the Lovers, and the World. And I have them on displayed here.
I literally cut my deck to start searching and like it cut to the High Priestess.
Wow.
Like, I've arrived.
That's cool.
It's really cool. Oh, the second one's the World. What the heck?
Wow.
Keep it coming.
Yeah. At this point, you just randomly choose 2 more cards and you'll probably get them all.
I know, huh? Maybe I should stop trying. Got him.
Yay. So now that you have all those cards out, place them face down in front of you in order from left to right. So the card on your left will be the High Priestess. Second card is the Chariot, and then the Lovers and the World. Alrighty, perfect. Okay, so now that we have these cards out, we're going to begin to ask the cards for guidance. And I'll read this out loud and you can say it out loud too or in your head, but we're directing our energy towards these 4 specific cards using the energy that intentions we set with our magical items and saying, Spirit, I am open to the healing medicine that each card brings. Please show me their insight so I may enrich my perspective on life. Spirit, we are asking to open to the healing medicine that each card brings. Please show me their insight so I may enrich my perspective on life. All right, now we can begin. So we will begin our journey through these cards with the High Priestess. So go ahead and flip over your High Priestess card. Start to look at the imagery that you see on your specific card, and you're welcome to gather insight from the card that I'm sharing on the screen as well. So when we meet this card, we can meet it like a friend and say, hello, High Priestess. It's a pleasure to be in your presence. You embody intuition, and I believe you embody the practice of tarot itself. High Priestess, what is it that you would like us to know? And what is it you would like us to see? So while we look at this card, I believe that she can bring feelings of comfort and peace. She wants to cradle us like a loving child. She brings motherly energy and the wisdom of the divine feminine. She may seem stern because she sits with poise and she is strong, but those are years of dedication to refining her compassion and looking into the unknown. When we open our minds to intuition, we are letting go of limitations. When we invite intuition into our lives, we are trusting that there is a guidance that is being given to us, that will be received and will help us bring balance into our lives. Traditionally, this card has those pillars behind her. On my card, they're black and white, but those pillars can represent that balance that she is bringing to all aspects of our lives. With the wisdom of the High Priestess, we're able to clear blockages, release fears and doubts. We can cure ourselves of that pain, letting go of a little bit of that burden. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to waver. This is part of being human. But the High Priestess reminds us that we are divine within ourselves. She holds a magic orb in her hand, and she offers to us the same clarity that she sees. So this card is an offer to us that we can accept this new feeling of clarity and peace. We are more willing to embrace compassion and to open our intuition, so we can see our shadow selves, so we can see others' perspectives, to acquire new knowledge without judgment, and become more grounded. And so as we are ending our interpretation of this card, just kind of allow yourself to reflect for a moment and kind of close the thought process with this card. Okay. All right, so we are going to take what we just learned from the High Priestess, Hopefully it's allowed us to open our hearts, open ourselves to more trust of ourselves and our spirit guides. And we can now flip the second card to look at the Chariot. Enjoy taking in the imagery, the colors that you see on your unique Chariot card, as well as the one I have on the screen if you'd like. As we speak to the Chariot, we ask, what is it that you'd like us to know about ourselves and our self-control? Bringing balance into our lives through our own actions to overcome challenges. This card is promising fortune. It's a blessing, a better sense of being, feelings of confidence and success. I invite you to welcome this blessing into your life. You can say to yourself, yes, I do feel confident and fortunate. When the hardships of life, even with the hardships of life, I can say there is rejuvenation, there is restoration and empowerment happening in my life today. This card brings that to us, and it brings our mental focus into prosperity. For some areas of this will take bravery and strength. Call upon this prosperity to overcome those mental obstacles that may be blocking us from stepping into that prosperity. Call upon that strength. Some final thoughts on this card are that it really shows us to think about how can we act on our willpower? How can we make changes and actions this week or make plans to make those changes and actions for the future? But knowing that some things in life are going to come about because of our own willpower and willingness to act on what we want and make change. So as we are ending our interpretation of this card, just take a moment to look at some of the symbols that are in your card that might stand out to you as reminders of that prosperity and that willpower. Okay. All right, thank you, Chariot. And we are going to move on to our next card, which is the Lovers. Ooh. Spicy. So when you look at your Lovers card, we can ask, what do we see here that I would like to bring into my life? These lovers, especially in this card, the artwork that's on my deck, but yours may be similar. These lovers are very much in an intimate conversation. They are turned away from me, looking out into the world before them. There's a deep care and interest in what each other are saying. I think we can look at this card as the observer, looking at two people in love. Let's let this inspire us to observe the way we care about others. How do we feel about others? How do we know that others feel about us in our life? And how do we feel about ourselves? we are looking at the quality of our relationships, even the one with yourself. We are acknowledging the love of family and friends as well. And with that said, this card usually depicts like a naked man or a naked woman. And I really believe it's trying to depict the intimate bond that is formed between two people in love and the things in life that love creates. So how are you bringing love into your interactions? The Lover's card invites you to sit in the embodiment of love. By looking at the bright colors, the soft textures, the uniqueness of the human body, the beauty of the individuals, of the man and the woman. This can inspire us to see the beauty of children, making friends, and sibling bonds. Being kind to coworkers, being kind to others. Let's remind ourselves of kindness and how that feels. So I really think this card is asking us to embody that feeling of kindness and love and think about how we show up in our interactions with others. So take a moment to take in the symbols and the unique colors that you see on your card and allow those to settle in so you can carry that wisdom with you. I hope you're feeling some warm and fuzzy feelings because you deserve it.
You too.
I am. Thank you. All right, we will carry on this journey to our last card. The world. All the pieces fall into place. You can relax and feel a sense of completion. The world card symbolizes completion, the end of a journey and the cusp of a new one. Take a moment to look at your card and notice what stands out to you. I know that my deck is focused on herbs, but I think that the symbolism can apply to any world card. In that, in the world card, there is the presence of all the elements: fire, water, earth, and air. Let's focus on how these elements create growth. And the world, or the earth, since it is the world, we can say that it's the earth. And this world card really embodies earth energy. And I mean that by saying, if we look at it as the fruits of our physical labors, our mental labors, our emotional labors, the fruits of our desires, that fire energy, we see that this card is symbolizing manifestation. What is the result of all of this energy, all of the elements that we have been putting in to our life right now? And we see the manifestation of that, what has come out of it. I also believe this card is inviting us to take some medicine from the world, to pinch off a leaf of mint, basil, tulsi, to pick the berry, to pick the fruits of the labor, and to pick what is being offered to you. It's inviting us to take nature's medicine, whether that be friends, family, love, Where else are we getting fulfillment in our life? Maybe our hobbies. Think about, the media that we consume and how that impacts our life. To take in the world and to take it in for all of its goodness, all of its nutrients, and all of its health. I invite you to breathe in that goodness and reflect on, where is medicine accessible to you? And when I say medicine, I mean what feels good and healthy, what's bringing healing. What is going to help propel you into the next step? How can you reflect on where your good foundation is now? Because the world wants to help you enjoy your current endeavors to the fullest. Reminding ourselves to focus on our successes and to continue to do what is best for yourself. So you can allow those thoughts to kind of come to a close. Your interpretation kind of settle in. And we have ended our journey through these 4 tarot cards. And we can carry the messages of these cards with us throughout our day, but in just a moment, we're going to embody them through yoga poses.
All right, so in just a minute, thank you so much, Carissa. That was beautiful. I'm going to switch over to my other to my phone, and then Carissa, if you can give me back the host abilities.
Yeah,
I can do that myself. Be right back.
That was so beautiful. I'm like, I have to switch over to the floor too. So
yeah, let's transition.
that was really beautiful though.
And you'll use your cards on the floor. Brandy's going to have us do that.
I was just going to
Oh,
say,
nice.
bring your cards with you.
Rich. DB.
Hi, Rich. Oh, I'm gonna go grab my yoga mat.
All right, can everyone hear me?
Yeah. Did I make you the host with the profile that your camera's on?
It's echoing too, I think.
Yeah,
Brandy.
sorry. Okay. All right, is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can just switch it over to whichever one that says my name.
Okay, they both say your name, but I'll just do it to the
Yeah,
one.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which one. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
you got
you.
it. It's switched.
All right, so make sure everything's set up here. All right. So just make sure you bring all 4 cards with you: the High Priestess, the Chariot, the Lovers, and the World. All right. Can everyone still hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, great. My headphones have been acting up, so if you can't hear me for any reason, just let me know so then I can just switch off
Okay.
to no headphones. But I want you guys to hear me, so we're gonna try. So with your cards, we're gonna be starting standing today, so it's a little bit different than how we usually start yoga. But because we start with the High Priestess, it's a very strong card. So we're starting standing. So you can place your cards however you'd like around your mat, or if you want to do it on one side. But for me, because there's 4 cards, I think it's best to just do one on each side to kind of surround yourself with them. And you can always just look to them when we're going through each card. You can look to them, you can feel their energy as we move our bodies. Okay, so let's see. I see Rich's camera, but there's no one there. I want to make sure he's ready. Rich, are you ready? Okay, you're ready. Okay, I want to make sure we don't start without you, so I wanted to check. Okay, so we're starting in mountain pose, and we're focusing on the High Priestess. So we're going to really stand tall, with our shoulders over our hips over our knees over our ankles. Our feet are grounded firmly. Shoulders go down the back. Your arms can come down by your side, palms face forward. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, letting your belly rise, filling your lungs all the way to the top. And then open your mouth and exhale with a sigh, letting all the air out. Really settling into this strong mountain pose. And as we start with the High Priestess, we're going to be connecting each card to a chakra, an energy point on our body. And the High Priestess connects with the third eye chakra, which is right in the middle of the forehead, right above the eyebrows. So we're going to start by bringing one hand to our third eye chakra and one hand to our heart. And we're just going to do a short little standing meditation. You can close your eyes if you want, or you can look gently at the ground and just breathe naturally, connecting to your breath, and really connect to your inner High Priestess, allowing what we learned through the reading to just really sink into your soul, connect to your inner wisdom. Be still in this moment, listening to your breath. Find peace and comfort within your inner High Priestess, your inner wisdom, connecting to that intuition within you, allowing whatever needs to come up right now just to come up as you breathe and connect with your body. Continue listening to your breath and connect to your divine feminine, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe it's a struggle to connect to your empathy and your compassion. Consider how you can nurture that, nurturing your feminine side. And then maybe it's a strong suit for you, and you can just in this moment be proud of how empathetic you are and how nurturing you are to yourself and to others. Take one more breath here as you consider the High Priestess within you. Take another deep breath in, filling your lungs all the way to the top. And then exhale with a sigh, letting all the air out. And slowly bring your hands down by your side. You can open your eyes and kind of move the body a little bit. And now we're going to go into a balancing pose, because the High Priestess is about balance as well. I know a lot of cards are different, but in the Rider-Waite, there's 2 columns, one's black, one's white, and it's all about this balance. We want a balance within us, whatever that looks like for you. You can think about your life and what needs to have more balance, what's out of balance as we do this balancing pose. So we're going to start by bringing our hands to our hips, shoulders down the back, and really press into your left foot, pressing in your big toe, your little toe, your heel. You can slightly bend the left knee just to give it a little bit of space to move. And then you're going to lift your right heel up and come onto your toes and open your knee to the right. You can stay here if this is where you want to balance. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, you can bring your foot up onto your ankle, or you can bring it up a little higher underneath the knee. And if you want to go even higher, you can bring it up onto your thigh. Just don't put it on the knee, because that's dangerous. So above or below. I like to put mine right below the knee. This is tree pose. So as you're here, find your balance and then really open the chest, tapping into your inner High Priestess, looking straight ahead, letting the shoulders come down your back. Breathe. It's easy to want to hold your breath here, but keep breathing. If you feel comfortable, you can bring your hands to prayer to the third eye, connecting to your intuition as you balance. If you fall out of it, just get back into it. No pressure, no judgment. Take one more breath here. And then on the exhale, we're just going to drop the foot down, drop the arms down, and shake it out. Very nice. Do some very nice tree poses. All right, we'll do the other side. So we're going to press in the right foot, the big toe, the little toe, the heel, really grounding that right foot down. Bend your knee slightly. Bring your left heel up onto your toes here on your left foot. Open the knee to the left. And then wherever you want to go here, you can leave it here. You can bring it to your ankle. You can bring it up higher, wherever that's comfortable. That's not on the knee. Finding your balance, connecting to your inner high priestess, breathing. And if you want, you can bring your arms, your hands to prayer, to your third eye, and breathe. Without any judgment or expectation, take one more breath. On the exhale, you can drop the foot, drop the arms, and shake it out. All right. All right, now we're going to move on to this chariot card. So to do that, we're going to move ourselves to the front of our mat, whatever end is comfortable for you. So you have space behind you. And we're going to stay in mountain pose for just a second, because we're going to talk about the next chakra. And the chariot connects to the solar plexus, which is right in the center of the torso, right underneath the chest. So this is your solar plexus. And so the chariot connects to our willpower, our strength, empowerment. And so bring your hands to your solar plexus for just a moment and connect to whatever you learned through the tarot reading. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose, filling up the lungs all the way to the top, allowing everything we've learned about the chariot to sink in. And then exhale with a sigh, letting all the air out, relaxing the whole body, and just feeling that energy in the solar plexus. And as we move forward through the next couple poses, just bring your mind to your solar plexus and allow it to guide you. Allow your willpower, allow your gut and your strength to guide you through the next few poses. So from here, we can bring our hands down by our side, and we're still in mountain pose here. And we're just going to start off with a half sun salutation. So on an inhale, you're going to reach your arms up overhead. Exhale as you fold forward with the flat back, reaching down towards the mat. You don't have to touch the mat. You can just reach down towards it. You can bend your knees slightly, drop the head. Exhale. Inhale to a halfway lift, bringing your hands to your thighs and your elbows tuck into your hips, looking straight down at the ground. I'm looking straight down at my chariot card. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold, reaching down towards the mat, drop the head. And then inhale as you reach all the way up, feeling that energy in your solar plexus as you reach up and inhale. And then exhale as your hands come to heart center. All right. So now we're going to move into warrior two poses as we continue to connect to the chariot. So from here, we're going to bring our hands to our hips. And we're just going to step the right foot behind us, pointing our toes to the right and keeping our left foot pointed forward. We want to align our feet so our front heel is our front foot's in the center of the mat, in line with our back arch. And you can find whatever width is comfortable for you. It can be really far, it can be close together. And so just find your comfortable spot there. And then you're going to look down at your knee and bend your front knee. So your knee is over the ankle. So you can adjust that front foot however you like. And just look down and make sure your knee is over the ankle in a 90-degree angle. And then make sure you can see at least your big toe when you look down. You don't want your knee coming in, you want it coming out. So you can see, just make sure everything's aligned here. And then really press down on this back edge of your back foot. There's a lot of different angles going on here. But just tap into your solar plexus, into your chariot, open your chest to the right, tuck in your tailbone, and then open your arms wide. Let your shoulders come down your back, and then look down your front arm and breathe. Breathe naturally and consider your chariot card. Tap into that card, to your confidence, your willpower, your strength. Remember, you are strong. What you have gone through in life has brought you to this point. So consider all the things that you've learned today about the chariot. And take one more breath here. And then on an exhale, you can bring your hands back to your hips and just step your right foot forward, back to the top of your mat. If you need to shake it out, whatever you need to do here, that's fine. And now we're gonna do the left foot, the other side. You can stay where you are. I'm gonna move to this side so I don't turn away from the camera, but we're doing our left foot to the back this time. So we take our left foot, step it back, and then we're gonna just take our front foot, make sure it's in the center of the mat and your heel is in line with the back arch. And you can find whatever width works for you here. Look down at your knee, make sure it's over your ankle. Bring your knee to the right so you can see at least your big toe. And then open your chest to the left. Really press into that back edge of your back foot to stabilize you. And then open your arms wide, shoulders down the back. And then look down your front arm and breathe. Connect to your inner power, knowing that you have the strength to get through everything you've gotten through in your life so far. And just stay present in this moment as you connect to your inner chariot. Take one more breath here. And then on the exhale, you can bring your hands to your hips and then just make your way back to the front of your mat in mountain pose. And you can shake it out if you need to. And now we're going to move on to the Lover's card. So before we move forward, we're going to bring our hands to the heart chakra, which is just right on our chest. You can bring your hands to the heart chakra however you would like, whatever is comfortable for you. Relax the shoulders down your back and consider everything you've learned through the Lover's card today. Take a deep breath in through your nose, letting your belly rise, filling your lungs all the way to the top, and then exhale with a sigh, letting all the air out, letting all the things we've learned about the Lovers to sink in, and then come back to your natural breath. And then bring your hands down by your side. We're going to do another half sun salutation to make our way down to our hands and knees. So inhale as you reach your arms up overhead. Exhale as you fold forward, letting your heart chakra lead you, reaching down towards the ground, dropping the head. And then inhale as you halfway lift, hands to your thighs, elbows into your hips, flat back. Inhale, exhale, forward fold, reaching down towards the mat, drop the head. From here, you're just gonna plant your hands and make your way down to a tabletop position, hands and knees, however is comfortable for you to get there. And once you're here, you're gonna stack your shoulders over your wrists and stack your hips over your knees. Your feet are out behind you and your back is flat. So we're gonna do a cat-cow pose, and it's a lot of opening and closing the heart chakra. So as we do this, consider the Lover's card and consider how we can show up in relationships. So with a flat back, take an inhale, and on the exhale, round the spine, tuck in the tailbone, tuck in the chin, push away from the mat, and consider all the ways you've protected your heart in your life, whether it was for the good or for the bad. Just consider it without judgment. And then on an inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, tip the tailbone up, and open your heart, looking up to the sky. Consider how you can be more vulnerable, how you can show up in relationship to yourself and to others, how you can open up your heart more. And then on an exhale, round the spine, tuck in the tailbone, tuck in the chin, push away from the mat, and consider again, maybe new ways you can protect your heart. What does that look like for you? And then on an inhale, open the chest, tip the tailbone up, look up to the sky, taking a big breath of air. And again, consider how you can show up in relationship. From here, continue into cat and cow, rounding the spine, opening the chest at your own pace, finding what feels good for you. Just moving your body in a way that you feel is right for you right now. Considering the Lover's card, breathing with every movement. You can go slow or fast. Just be here, be present. Take one more breath in whatever movement you're taking. And then come to a flat back again. All right, from here, we're going to continue with the Lover's card as we make our way to our belly. So just go ahead and come down onto your belly and rest onto your elbows. And your chest is open. This is another heart opener. Your hands are flat on the mat. Your shoulders are open, shoulders down the back, looking straight ahead. This is Sphinx pose because we look like a Sphinx. Looking straight ahead. Again, just consider everything you've learned about the lovers. What does that look like for you to go deeper with your relationships? How can we love ourselves? How can we love our family, our partners? And breathe. Really let it settle in here. You can stay here if you like, or if you want to go a little deeper, you can bring your hands to the outside of the mat in front of you and straighten your arms and really open the chest. This is Cobra pose. And you can straighten the arms as much as you like or as little as you like, just opening the chest a little more, a representation of vulnerability, of love. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, come back down onto your elbows. And then from here, we're just going to slowly make our way back into a tabletop position, stacking the shoulders over the wrists. All right, now we're moving into the world pose. And we're going to start the world pose by going into child's pose. So we're going to open the knees wide to the edge of the mat. Bring your toes to touch and push your hips back toward your heels, reaching your hands out in front of you, dropping the forehead. So the world pose, the world card connects to our third eye chakra again. So we're coming full circle back to the third eye chakra. So you can rest your forehead, your third eye chakra on the mat, or if you like, you can stack your hands, your fists, and just drop your third eye chakra onto your hands, whatever's comfortable for you. And just settle in here for a moment. Really consider what you've learned about the world card, how it really got you to think about what medicine looks like for you. Holistically, the world represents a completion, a wholeness. What does holistic health look like for you? Consider your mind, body, and spirit. How can we balance all of those things in a healthy way? Take a deep breath in, filling up your lungs all the way to the top, and exhale with a sigh, letting all the breath out. And then you can slowly begin to come up and just make your way to a seat. We're going to sit with our feet straight out in front of us. Once you get there, you can keep your feet flexed. Bring your hands out in front of you into a prayer and slowly begin to roll one vertebrae at a time. Roll yourself down, taking your time, breathing, eventually coming all the way down and bringing your hands to prayer at the third eye. Just really pulling in everything you learned about the world. And now we're going to do a couple more poses just to close out our practice today. You can bring your hands down by your side, bring your feet onto the mat, bending your knees. You can bring your feet as close as you possibly can to your butt. Now, this pose, we're still considering the world because there's a wholeness and a completion, but we're going to use all the chakras that we've talked about today, the third eye, the heart, and the solar plexus. We're going to consider these chakras as we come to a close of this practice today. So what we're going to do is we'll do the bridge pose. So you can bring your hands down onto the mat next to you and your feet are pressed down firmly onto the mat. And we're going to be lifting our hips. And as we lift our hips, we're really going to imagine shining a light through your solar plexus, your heart, and your third eye chakra up towards the sky, connecting all the chakras. And just imagine what that means for you. What does wholeness look like to you? So on the count of 3, we're going to do that together. So 1, 2, 3, lift your hips high, really using your shoulders, your feet, your hands. You can even bring your feet in closer if you'd like and push higher and just connect to your breath and really connect to all the chakras and all the cards we learned today. Just allowing it to really seal our practice. Take one more breath here. On the exhale, slowly come down, one vertebrae at a time, taking your time. And then once you come down, we're going to bring our knees into our chest. You can bring your forehead up to your knees. Squeeze your whole body into a little ball. Squeeze your face, your shoulders, your stomach, your legs, your hands, your feet. Take a big inhale. And then on an exhale, let your legs go out long. Let your arms come down by your side. Allow your shoulders to melt into the mat. Let everything just relax. Take another deep breath in through the nose, letting your belly rise, filling your lungs with air all the way to the top. And then exhale with a sigh, letting your whole body just let go. And we're going to lie here for just a few seconds in silence as you really allow this whole tarot spread to sink into your body, embodying the tarot. So just breathe and allow yourself to rest.
Begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Begin to wake the body up. If you want, you can reach your arms overhead. You can stretch your feet, stretch your whole entire body. Can everyone hear me? So to make sure everyone can hear me. Okay. Okay, good. My headphones died. So just stretch the body, slowly waking the body up, and then slowly make your way to whatever side feels comfortable. You can lay in the fetal position. And just let yourself just slowly wake up. And then when you're ready, you can push yourself up to a seated position. You can cross the legs. Sit up tall, bring your hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in. Filling up the lungs all the way to the top. And then exhale with a sigh. And bring your thumbs and your hands to your forehead, to your third eye. Thank you for joining me today in this tarot embodiment of the tarot. Namaste. Thanks, guys.
Woohoo!
Namaste. Thank you, teacher.
That was so awesome.
Yeah, and of course, it was during the Savasana that my headphones died, and then I accidentally turned off disconnected from my phone. So I just was like, well, at least it was the good timing, I guess, better than earlier.
Oh, fine. Well, we didn't notice at all.
That's good.
It was a
I was-
smooth transition.
I was trying to figure it out. I was like, what did I do? And then I just was like, I'm just gonna go to the computer.
That was really, really beautiful. Thank you so much, Brandi and Carissa. I think this is really magical, this combination you've created. I don't know about all of you, but going through the cards and then going back through them with the movements is really powerful for me.
Yay.
Yeah.
Cool, Ketsia.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. This is some medicine y'all brewed up. I love this.
Yeah, it was really fun to create too. I really had a good time like meeting with Carissa, and like we had moments with me picking the cards. Is like really cool moments of like the cards just kind of like showed themselves to us. And
Yeah, like we were like, okay, what cards should we do? And then we're like, okay, what cards did you pick? And we picked like the same cards.
cards, yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. They went together so well. It was just perfect. Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah,
Very
yeah, it
cool.
was really
Well,
cool.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. And yeah, let's keep doing this. This is fun.
If anyone wants to share, or they're not too busy right now, like you're welcome to share like what your experience was. I know some things came up for me that I was like, oh, that was really cool, you know, like especially the embodying the chariot and those poses, like my solar plex. I was like, I felt empowered, but then I had some like emotion, almost started crying, but it was like really good.
The chariot was the most powerful one for me in the cards and in the movements too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
that's really cool. I'm glad that that like came up for you.
Thanks for joining us, Rich.
It was all very much spiritual for me. I unfortunately do not have cards as of yet. I haven't found a set to call for me, but I do plan on taking tarot lessons here soon.
Mhm.
But I'm currently engaged in the sound, and it's taking a lot of energies. But I could relate to every move, every pose, and it was definitely spiritual, very deep, and uplifting for the day. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. And for anyone that doesn't have a tarot deck, like that's why I put them on display. So whenever, you know, no rush for getting that special one.
Well, Rebecca's got her deck. She has several decks now. But she unfortunately couldn't attend because of her work status keeping her over today. But she really wanted to be here though.
Aw.
Well,
Well,
it'll
we'll
happen
meet
again.
Yeah.
Well, normally she has Saturdays off, but because of different arrangements and things that she had to work today to cover for somebody else.
What about you?
Yeah,
Brittany?
I think something came up for me with every card, but the chariot was the most powerful.
Mhm.
Like the solar plexus and just connecting to that like courage and prosperity. And yeah, that one was the most powerful for me. And the pairing of the movements is perfect because I think cat cow was actually really powerful with the
Mm.
lover. And like, okay, how have I protected my heart? How could I be more vulnerable? Like that, I've never thought of adding that to that movement, but it's so like, it's so protective feeling and then like opening, and that was really powerful for me. Yeah, so thanks for that.
That was neat. Yeah, I felt the fluctuation. I was like, okay, Brandi, I see what you're doing here. Like-
Right. For me, it was more like a flower at night. The flower closes.
Oh,
And during the day, you open to the sun. You know, you open your
Yeah.
heart to the world. And so
That's
that's
true.
how it reflected to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
love that.
I always, and I think, because sometimes I think of protecting the heart, it can be like a balance, because if we were too protective, then we're not letting anyone in. So that's, for me, it's like just to think about how much you're protecting. Is it too much, you know, but then also it's good to be a little bit. So it's like, I think that's where a lot of the balance stuff comes in. A lot of the cards are about balance too. I think there was I think the chariot was about balance, and so is the high priestess. So to kind of integrate that is like, how do I balance my vulnerability, you know?
yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I like that protecting wasn't just negative, because sometimes I picture protecting like having walls up, but then when we did it like the second time, I was like, oh wait, like it's also protecting like my joy and my passions, because you asked like how can we protect our heart, and I was like, oh, like boundaries. Like it's actually good to have some protection.
Sort of safekeeping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's neat.
that's beautiful.
What stood out for you, Brandi?
I mean, I also felt really connected with the chariot, because when I was doing like the research for it and stuff, it was already connecting to me, because this year is the year of the chariot. So like I feel like it's big on like there's a lot of stuff around that, around like, for me, thinking about all the hard things that I've been through, and we've all been through hard stuff, but it's like, sometimes I feel like what's that, the term, imposter syndrome, like, oh, I can't handle what's coming next. I can't do this. But then it's like, when you remind yourself, for me, I'm like, oh yeah, I've gone through a lot of stuff and I've done it and I've survived and I've more than survived. I'm like doing okay, like doing pretty well. I'm like, why do I think I can't handle what's next? Like, I don't know why. And so like connecting to that helps remind me that I'm strong and I can do what's coming in front of me. Just because it's new doesn't mean I can't do it, you know? So that's where it really connected with me to be like, oh, especially this weekend is really busy for me. I'm like, I think I overbooked my weekend because like I have training after this. And then tomorrow I have like 2 different things that I'm leading. And I'm just like, I can't do this many things at once, but I'm like, okay, I can do it. I've done it before, but maybe reevaluate and don't burn out. So maybe consider not saying yes to everything. Yeah. So that the chariot feels like it was strong for all of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just hearing you talk about your experience like brought back emotion for me. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I liked the combination of the chariot with the world too, because it felt like self-confidence and prosperity, but then the world was like this reminder to reflect on all that you have built and like the completion of, you know, things that you had started, because sometimes it feels like nothing is getting completed because you're always looking at the next thing to do. But it was like this reminder of like, wait, you have done a lot, like have gratitude and reflection for that, and like let that inspire you to be more confident by like acknowledging that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I felt the relaxation of the world, like when he had us roll out and then like lay down, and like, oh, it's complete. Like, I just relaxed, like,
Yeah.
all the pieces.
That's why I love like tightening the whole body and then relaxing, because it's like it feels even deeper.
Yeah, I love that you do that. I've done that a few times in yoga before, but not a lot of yoga teachers, I think, have you like squeeze everything. And I just when you did it, I was like, oh, I love that.
Yeah, I learned it from my first yoga studio years ago, and I kept a lot from what they taught me, because I love the way that they did their studio, but I don't live in that town anymore, so I just take it with me.
Well, thanks for letting us put this together, Ketsia. This is really
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, I'm just so grateful. Like, this is beautiful. I definitely want it to keep going. Yeah, it's really powerful. And it helps because sometimes when you do a tarot spread and then you move on, like you can sit and journal about it. But I think that repetition kind of helped me to connect to the cards more, to like be like, okay, we just talked about the Lover card, but now let's focus on it again and let's move our bodies with it. Like,
yeah,
it helped deepen it. And
Yeah.
you both are really great at what you do. So it's exciting to see you share your gifts.
Thank you. Yeah, you were just saying something that made me think of something else. I forgot exactly what you said, but something about how the moving the body does deepen it. Because like, say during the reading is awesome, and Carissa did a great job. I love the way that you read cards. But like, you know, if say personally, if sometimes we can have an emotional block where we're like reading it and we're just like, I don't know how to deepen this. What does this mean for me? And then sometimes if our body moves in a certain way, it allows us to then go there in our mind, you know, that the holistic connection. It's like they work both ways, where like if we do something in our thoughts, it's going to affect our body. But if we do it in our body, it'll also deepen it in our mind. So I just love how it connects, you know, if one part of us is like blocked, the other part can kind of open that up.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And you said it's the year of the chariot. Like, is that like for everyone? I don't know about the
I
years.
think so. I'm just learning about it. I can look a little bit deeper into it and like send you the info, but basically I did this tarot reading for winter. It's like a course I took. It was like a 4-lesson that started off the year. It was like for each month. It was like January till like March. And it was like it talks about this being the year of the chariot in a general sense. Like I don't know exactly what that means, but I know it means just like the card, the chariot, the willpower, the movement, the empowerment, like that's representing this year in general.
That's so interesting. I had no idea years had cards that like connected to it, and that makes sense though. I'm excited for that because I'm in a place that I need the chariot. Like, this spread, I mean, it fit my life so perfect. I don't know about all of you, but the chariot, like I'm being called to be more vulnerable and also to take action and to be self-confident and to let go of those like limiting imposter syndrome and limiting beliefs. And the Chariot card, when it got pulled, was like action without feeling guilty. Like when I looked at it, it was like she's self-confident and there's prosperity, but it's all good, like no guilt, you know? And then you brought in like that exercise with the lovers and being vulnerable. I don't, that's just like exactly where I am right now, is like, I know my next step is to be more vulnerable and also take action by being vulnerable. So
Amazing.
that's perfect for me today. Thank you.
Will you show us your the artwork on your card for the
Sure.
period?
For the Chariot.
Yeah, the chariot.
Yeah, she's just really cool. Let's see if I can get it to focus good.
Oh, whoa.
That's really cool.
I like
Yeah,
that.
it's always hard to get it to focus, but yeah,
Look at
she's
that.
just like, there's horses and there's an eagle and she's got really cool jewelry and like,
Mhm.
there's just this feeling of she's like doing stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't imagine her wasting a second in self-doubt. Like this image just feels like, of course I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, of course. Yeah.
I feel like she's so
I love
powerful that
that.
even that eagle's like following her or like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that was really cool.
I think it's interesting that my chariot card has a yin and yang symbol on it, like balance, and then your horses have that black and white like balance.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, mine
I
has
didn't even notice that. That's really cool.
on the ground. Mine has these two like
Oh wow.
faces
Oh, nice.
and some
I
motorcycles.
love the motorcycle.
Oh my God, me too.
This is like my deck. Like when I first started doing tarot, I immediately knew when I saw it online, I was like, that's my deck. And it's the only, I have like 5 decks and this is the only one I really connect to because it's like modern witches.
I love it. So like female empowerment.
Oh yeah.
Modern
totally.
day chariot. That's so cool.
I put in the chat this article I just looked up about the year of the chariot.
Nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not, I think it's about a couple things, but it does say on there, like, it's like, I think it's also just like an Eastern thing, like astrology and like numbers wise. There's so much I don't even know about it, but like, I think it being the year of the chariot has to do with numbers, like numerology, and then how the numbers match up with tarot.
Yeah.
Last year was the lover's year.
Oh,
That course that Brandi was talking about, I believe it's we talked about it before, and it's by
Lindsay
Uh, yeah, Lindsay Mack, who does the Tarot for the Wild Soul podcast.
oh, fun.
Yeah, so if you ever want to listen to it's just a great thing to have sometimes on. I love listening to it. Like
Yeah,
she
she's great.
is someone that has been, she teaches it from trauma informed.
Oh, that's amazing. Tarot
Yeah.
for the Wild Soul.
So her
Yeah.
podcasts are like an hour long, and she just has a lot of really good insight. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Super
And the way
cool.
the way
Thanks.
she talks, you can just like feel the energy from the way that she speaks sometimes. Like, yeah, I've been listening to her for a while, and I was telling Carissa how like I want to buy one of her courses, but a lot of them are pretty pricey because they're long. They're like long and like interactive. But I found the one I bought was only like $33. It was like a sale.
Nice.
I bought it, and it was amazing. It helped me start the new year with like really good perspective.
That's wonderful. Thanks for bringing that to us, both of you. That's really cool.
Rich, is it rude of me to ask for you to demonstrate one of your sounds?
Oh, for the singing bowls?
Yeah.
No problem, I can do that. All right.
Oh my God, DB's so cute.
So cute.
I kind of moved them out of the way, so they're kind of tight. Can you guys hear me?
Mhm.
I don't know if the bowls are going to come through or not on this camera, but we'll see. Are you able to hear them?
Just the deep one, the largest one, I think. Can't hear that one.
Yeah, I don't hear that one.
I have my other computer set up for being able to do them.
Hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's picking up the sound.
Yeah, we heard it for a second, but then it started blocking it out.
All right, let me change one setting and see if it works on the laptop or not.
Zoom's trying to help you, but that's not what we want right now.
No, we're not on audio.
This was so much fun today. Thank you, everyone. I got really connected to my spirituality this morning, and I love doing it with everyone here. So it was nice.
Yeah, same. Carissa, you helped me connect to my spirituality so much. Like the prompts you had in the beginning, like holding the deck and holding the item and being grateful for our connection to spirit, it just like dropped me in, and I was like, oh yeah, I do have a connection to spirit. So like really nice.
Aw, so glad.
Yeah, it feels good.
You make me cry.
I love our group so much. It's just
Yeah.
magical.
Yeah. What time's your training at, Brandi?
It's at 12:30. 11:16. Yeah, I probably gotta go in a few minutes. I need to eat lunch.
Oh, we can hear it, Rich.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, I had to change the settings. you go, small, short version.
That was beautiful. That was really beautiful, Rich. I don't know about everyone else, but I was sitting here like, oh my God, our world is so magical. Like it's like they're bulls and they're singing and it's just so, it was just really cool.
There's a lot. That's a short version. I call that good morning, or awakening. It's to introduce the tones of each chakra, and let you accustom to it. But I use everything from the bells to tuning forks to the drum, and then I have a high set of bells.
Wow.
Which
That's cool.
I love introducing those to it because it brings out a whole new dimension.
It's hard for me to hear you over there, but I can kind of hear.
Very cool.
Rich, I think you're really meant to do this. It feels like a talent blossoming.
Right.
It's really
Rebecca says the
cool.
same thing. However, I must say that Rebecca has a natural talent to it when she plays. She took to him like immediately.
Oh, nice. You should come closer. It's hard to hear you.
Right.
Yeah, what were you saying about Rebecca?
Rebecca took to the singing bowls almost immediately. I have one Tiberian bowl. This is a 7-element imported bowl. Can't really see it as well, but it's a hammered singing bowl. It took me probably about 2.5 weeks for this bowl to come to terms with each other, so to speak. But Rebecca picked up this bowl, and I'm kidding you not, she was able to play it within probably about 10 minutes of it, just second nature. She did the same when we got the crystal bowls in, and we set them all up. She was the first to play them, and she took to them like right away. It was immediate to her, so I'm kind of really looking forward to the journey with her, on being able to, she's been with my expert sound course, the be certified, and she's been right alongside me. So in studies and practice and lessons and everything. So even though she won't get her certification, I think that when it's time for her to take the certification, she's going to breeze right through it. It's going to be amazing.
That's really cool. Thank you for that.
No
Yeah,
problem.
thank you.
Mhm.
Tiberian
love-
bowls, they have a whole unique sound, and they're more or less not known for their singing. They're more known for the call to remember and bring you centered. So when you are drifting in sound and you start to float away in your thoughts, a tap of a Tiberian bowl brings you back and remembers to center and breathe in it. So not all bowls are just for singing. They're and same thing with the crystal bowls. A mallet strike is usually to help bring you center or bring you into that moment and to release all the outside thoughts. So, and then of course the singing and the tones are meant for your journey in being able to heal whatever chakra you have, usually starting from the ground and working up to the sacral and ending in the crown to be able to tune in. So my Salvaggio, I've been doing Salvaggio healing since I can remember. And it's nice that this course actually refers to it. Sorry for the dog. She's happy that Rebecca's home, if you can't tell. But Solfeggio is very much like it. And I'm learning stuff from this course that I didn't know anything about on a lot of it. So it's kind of an expansion to some things that I already knew. It's great fun. And it's quite a journey. Okay, baby, yes, I see that you're using it. She's reporting. Say hello to the crowd.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hi, welcome home.
Hey. What, you don't want to say hi to me? He barks at me and then won't say hi. Give me a kiss.
Well, this was really beautiful. We got tarot and movement and sound bowls and community. I'm just like really happy.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks everyone. And Brandi, your hair is looking really cute and curly.
Oh,
I was going to say something earlier about that, but it wasn't a moment to say something.
well, thanks.
Cool. Well, I hope everyone has a lovely rest of your day. It's good to see all of you.
I posted a link if you want to stay on and talk about Ostara. We can do that in like 5 minutes. There's a link for that. And if not, have a beautiful day. And thank you so much, Brandi and Carissa. This is really wonderful. And I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Guys, bye.
Bye.